Hello and welcome to another episode of Anime Anonymous. I'm CJ.
And I'm Ace.
And this week we are feeding your addiction with the slime movie Scarlet Bond. If you, for some reason, y'all didn't listen to the last episode, this was supposed to be the last episode, but we missed our showing. But this time we got it, and off rip, it was a good intro back into slime, right?
Yes.
Because slime is one of those where you're not really forgetting it, but I don't know, like it's not like always on my mind. Like it's one of the animes that I like, but I'm not like always thinking about it. So like getting back into that world was kind of fun. But before we jump into it, as always, you guys know you can hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Audius. Or you can shoot us an email. Either one. Recommendations, thoughts, anything, flame, whatever. You know, I'll take it all. But yeah, so honestly kind of just gonna jump into this one. I'll go first this time, because I always make you go first, right?
Okay.
So quick thoughts on it. Like I said, thought it was a really good intro back into the world. Was cool to see Rimuru kind of doing his thing again.
Yeah. Beastly,
and
as
then,
always.
And then just introducing you back to like everybody in the crew, right? The start of it was interesting. It was funny. So Ace and I obviously went and saw it together, and I'm like, oh, I think we're starting at this point, and I'm looking at Ace. He's like, I don't remember where this is. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is clearly happening. I think I need to rewatch it. And I was like, what the hell, man?
As soon as the middle part of the movie happened, I was on point. I was back. I'm like, okay, I know who everyone is now. I'm back.
I'm literally like side-eyeing, and I see like, he's like, oh, this is, I'm like, okay, we're in. We're good now.
It was just the beginning, and the character didn't look how I remembered him.
Yeah, you thought it was another character instead of like an OG one for this movie.
Yeah, so it was throwing me off. I'm like, it's no way I don't know all the characters in Slime. I'm like, I enjoy this like show a lot.
Yeah, but it was enjoyable to watch. It was funny because there were maybe like 5 people in the movie theater. Like,
no, it was literally
including
4 people.
Us.
Yes, it was including us. It was 4 people. It was 2 other bros and then us.
I swear there was a dude sitting in front of us, too.
No?
Oh, shit. Well, then it was just 4 of us.
It was just 4 of us.
But it was funny because I was hearing the dudes behind us kind of like make little anime jokes, too. And I was like, this is fun.
No, I was like, this is uncomfortable.
It was cracking me up because, like, in my head, I'm thinking of the anime. And then they would say some stupidity. I'm like, these guys. Like, again, they're like the nerdy version of anime watchers, but hey, whatever. Like anime welcomes everybody. But I was just like, yo, these are some nerdy dudes, and I'm here for it. So man, it was funny.
It made me feel insecure. I'm like, this is why I enjoy this.
There's some like
in the privacy of my own home.
Yo,
and with the bro right now. That's about it.
You know what happened? When we went and scanned our tickets? Dude was like, y'all going to the right movie? Like,
yeah, he did question us.
Like, you sure? You sure that's the right one, bro?
I'm like, look, man, it ain't online yet.
Hey, shut up. Leave me alone. Where's my popcorn? Shut the hell up. Put butter on it. The fuck?
And layer it, too. It was fun.
But no, it was good. It was fun to get back into it. And then, obviously, spoilers, right? There's going to be spoilers way after this. So, well, not way after this. After Ace does his, spoilers. So if you're new for some reason, like you wanted to hear about this movie, let it be known there will be spoilers after we give our quick little thoughts on it, right? So I just gave mine, so what about you?
Yeah, so it definitely was great to get back into it. The movie started in a way where I thought I was lost in the sauce. I was not recognizing any of the main character in the beginning. His controversy, his kind of like flashback that he had, like the flashback made the people we know younger. So I'm like, what the heck are we going back here for? And then the village look different. So I was just lost in the sauce. And then just being like one of the 4 people in the movie theater. They put us in a small theater, like it only held probably like 15, 20 people. So it was
that thing held
interesting.
maybe 40 max,
right?
Because there was a level beneath us.
Oh
so,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
so probably 30, 40. Yeah, it was just like okay, interesting.
Them seats were nice though. They got
the movie
reclining
theaters
ones.
But that's in all theaters now.
Nah, bro. The last one I went to with the wife, it was not, and I was pissed. I was like, "Where are my recliners at?"
Well, I would have asked for a refund.
I'm a bougie mofo, all right?
But the experience with the bro, that was fun, solid. The movie was solid. Definitely looking forward to getting into it and getting spoilers. But overall, I think my rating is going to be higher than my anime list rating.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, we don't really go with the ratings of my anime list. Sometimes it matches up, sometimes it doesn't. But like, I don't know. Like, maybe that was maybe another reason why I like doing a podcast. Because like, if you purely go off of ratings you sometimes see, you'd never watch it, or you would watch it and be like, "The hell!" Like, there are some horrible anime that I have seen get like 8s and 9s. And I'm like, yo, y'all are high, like on whatever you are smoking. Like, I don't even do that, but give it to me, because I don't know what y'all doing. Like, that's some existential like shit, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but the movie had great fights, had great exposition. I think everything was fleshed out.
Yeah.
The ending was hilarious,
bro.
That was an experience in itself.
Yeah.
Diablo is a beast.
Yeah, Diablo's that guy.
Slime, when he flexes that demon lord power, is just beastly. I'm like, woo! Give me the next season. Just bring it back. This literally was like the start of the okay, I'm back.
Exactly.
Let's start the year off right. So I think they come out Q1, right?
We don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
It has been confirmed that there is a season 3, but as of now, at least from my research, as of now, there's no actual like cut and dry date.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But
the movie
mirroring exactly what you're saying. Like, this put me back in the way of like, I want Slime back. Like, and Slime has never been one where I'm like, oh shoot, that did come back. I'll leave it. Like, no. I'll watch that every weekend. But
right.
But yeah, no. Like, I am definitely looking forward to season 3 after this. So we can kind of jump into it. And even though I do want to talk about a lot of it, I think this does come out on Crunchyroll later. I think once it's out of its movie release. Okay. So like I said, there's going to be spoilers, but we'll try not to spoil everything. No problem. Because I mean, we might just for me, we might just vibe and just like, damn. but yeah, like,
I struggle with that.
So the start, like Ace was saying, right? The start for somebody who doesn't remember a lot, like everything, like that is a love-hate relationship I have with my mind. My brain is really weird. Like, I'll forget some of the dumbest things, and I'll remember some of the dumbest things. But when it comes to anime and books, I'll quote unquote forget it, and then I'll read the first page, or I'll watch the first episode and be like, damn, I remember everything. So like,
that's a good problem.
yeah, that's why I'm like, that's kind of cool, but sometimes it's not, because like, I'm like, well, shoot, I really wanted to read this book again, but now I'm like, I remember everything. I'm not going to do this.
He has good problems. But it's not fair. But like, I'm like,
so as soon as it started, we see our main character, who we later find out his name's Hiro, right? He's
Benimaru's
ogre. Yeah, but I'm trying to think of race, right? So he's an ogre, and so he's fighting, right? Mm-hmm. And the animation for the fighting and the choreography for it was actually really, really cool. I liked it. So it kind of just gets you into it immediately.
He's being hunted.
Yeah, he's being hunted. Like, it looks like it's him and like a crew of people. But like, while he's fighting multiple people, he's seeing his people get wrecked, right? And it's pissing him off, etc. Well, that's for a little bit, right? Like it's just a fight sequence. And then you see him fight this black and white haired character. And I was like, oh, immediately I'm like, oh, okay, this is in the past. Because I remembered that guy from season 2. He's one of Clayman's like generals. I can't remember exactly what his power was, but it had to do something with like swords.
Well, that vanishing technique.
Yeah. Like he like teleported to his sword, and then he could make like clones of himself. But I was like, oh, immediately I'm like, okay, cool. This is in the past. And I said that to Ace, and he's like, I have no idea who this guy is. And
yeah, I'm like,
I'm like, yeah, this is the dude from season 2. But then my OCD, I was proud of myself. I fought against it because I'm like, no, we're watching this movie. I was about to be like, dude, you don't remember? I'm like, no, this isn't the time or the place for this.
Yeah, thank you.
So I shut my mouth, and I'm just in my head. I'm like, oh, I know what this is. Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, oh, I bet you it's in this time frame, which it actually was. Mm-hmm. And short version, he and Clayman's like general, they fight, and you see he has like this little power up moment. Hero, at this time he was unnamed, but Hero has this like where he kind of glows red, and his eye glows like a pinkish or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like if any League players are out there. When Tryndamere does his R, and he goes into that like invulnerable state for that certain little bit of period of time, that same kind of effect was like what Hero went under.
Yeah, and other anime people, it's like a great value Kaioken. Like that's if like you ask your mom like, I want Kaioken, like we have Kaioken at home. That's kind of what it looked like, right? Like it was it's like a bootlegged version of it, but it gives him a power buff. Kind of catches the general dude off guard, uses his power, stabs him. You're like, oh shoot! Obviously, you know he's not gonna die. The movie starts with him, and everybody else was dying. But like,
I was like, it's way too.
Yeah, he ain't dying. Like this is also Slime.
Right.
Slime is very rarely killing off people. Like. Side note, that's one of the reasons I really liked season 2 was it got darker, right? Like season 1 was happy-go-lucky, which is fine. That's cool. Like I enjoyed it. But when it got dark in season 2, I was like, now this is good because it's making him grow as a character. So like I like that it kind of got you into that darkness, even though you knew this dude was gonna live, right?
But they did make it believable.
Yeah, no, they did. They did. And he gets saved. At this time, you don't know by who, but you see him in like a hospital bed. This girl with green hair goes over there. Her doctor's like, no, we can't save him. So she does what we all know, right? She names him. And her crown glows, which obviously makes you know, like, okay, this crown's important. And she names him. She passes out, yada, yada, yada. Right?
Her name was Raya?
Yeah. We find out later. Or Toa. Something like that. Hold on.
Yeah, Toa.
See?
I don't know why I thought.
Boy, my brain. See, I was just talking about it.
I'm
remember some of the dumbest things.
I'm like, Raya? No, it's Toa.
But yeah, like you find out later, like she's the queen, even though she looks like a princess, but she's like the queen of this country that used to be really rich, right? Yeah. They go on about it later. Like we're obviously going through some stuff, but you learn a little bit about her crew. He wakes up, he's like, yo, where are my people? She's like, no, they're dead. Like, I couldn't save them. I only saved you. He goes, he looks at the village, which was you were talking about, and he sees like it's burned, it's gone. So he swears everybody's dead, which, if you watched season 1, that brings you to when Rimuru meets Benimaru, Shion, all of them, because they were ogres, that their village got wrecked by the orcs. So that's why I was like, yep, I was right. This is in the past. And then it flashes you kind of forward, because then you meet Geld, right? Like he's building a road.
And I'm like, I'm back.
Yeah. And this is
I know these characters.
This was when Ace was like, okay, I'm here. All right, I got it. And and then we have another cool, again, fight sequence. Like it is legit. Like
Geld impressed me.
Yeah. Hero comes out like throwing, he wants all the smoke. He did not ask any questions. My man said guilty until proven innocent, but I ain't even gonna let you be innocent. I'm gonna kill you. Like my man starts doing what's the Demon Slayer stuff. He's doing some breath arts things. My man turned into the whirlpool.
Like had the blade on fire.
like bro, it was nice. It was going off, and yeah, Geld was doing well. You could, again, season 2, but like you could tell Geld wasn't doing his full power, right?
Yeah,
because
he didn't really know what.
No,
like,
he didn't.
Why he was being attacked.
He was just like, what the heck? So he was just like purely being defense, and he figures out who the ogre hero is, and he's like, oh, you're from that village. Well, if you know anything about Geld, he feels horrible about what they did. So Geld just like, he's like, all right, this is it.
Sacrifice himself.
Yeah, he puts his sword down, and I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Do you still know Rimuru still needs you?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like
it's bigger than you. You cannot just drop your shield and sword.
Yep. And then what happens? Benimaru shows up.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And
that solidified me being back because I'm like, Benny, okay.
Yeah, because Ace thought at first the main character was Benny.
Yeah, and I'm like, why Benny look like that?
You're like, Benny don't look like that.
Benny
I'm like,
got
that
a
ain't
ponytail now?
Like, that ain't
confused.
Benny.
He doing different moves. I'm like, Benny, I just saw you have a son of a move. You remember that move where he was pretty much?
Oh yeah, the big
fireball,
black
thing?
Fireball.
Yeah, I'm like, Benny, where's the fireball at?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, even though Benny wears a sword and he uses it every now and then, like he's more of a mage. Like he more using like those fire powers and magical like explosions and stuff, right? So like,
it was throwing me all off.
Yeah. But yeah, so Benny and Hero talk, and they finally realize that he's like he calls him brother because obviously Benny doesn't know his name, and Hero calls Benny young master or something because Benny was like royalty or whatever. And they reunite, right? Like the whole crew comes in, and it's cool. Like you're like, all right, now we're back into the happy-go-lucky slime part, right? Yeah. So all of that really happens in like what, like the first 15 minutes, 20?
15 minutes was just him trying to survive the
battle. That fight sequence of them, I want to say max was like
it felt
5-10. No, it felt long, I think, because it was so well done, right? Yes. But I want to say max that was 10 minutes. Okay. Max. And then he and the princess...
He runs off, goes to the flashback.
Yeah, which, again, that's maybe like 5 minutes.
Okay, so...
Because he wakes up, he's like, oh, shoot. And then he dips, steals the dragon.
Yeah, which was nice.
I was like, that dragon's pissed.
Yeah, because he literally just landed from some quest... He's back out there.
The dragon didn't even get to rest, bro. Like, the dragon was like, bruh, I literally just landed. What the hell, man? So that part actually made me laugh. But
we were cracking up in the theater for that one.
Yeah, so let's say, okay, I'll highball it and say half an hour, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say 30.
Yeah, I'll highball it and say that. But, like, it, and I think this movie was, shoot, how long was this movie? I can't remember. Was it like 2 hours?
It had to be.
I think it was 2 hours or like...
I think it was 2 even.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around there.
Like maybe 10 minutes of credits.
Yeah. Like so I want to say... Credits. So that kind of... you got both sides of slime, right? You got the slight darkness and then you got the happy-go-lucky and then they meet Rimuru and the crew and they're not believing like what's going on. And then you mentioned this like in your little... thing at the beginning of this episode, like when Rimuru was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a demon lord,"
right,
and just like straight up just lets it all out.
Like, yeah,
and I'm like,
this is why I like slime.
And that's what solidified it for me, because I wasn't sure where we were in the timeline. I was like,
Right.
okay, is this before Demon Lord or is this after Demon Lord? So it's after, and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
He was like, I defeated Clayman. I'm
yeah,
like, yeah.
Yep. And then you see our boy Veldora
Right.
laying down reading manga.
Yeah, big chiller.
Because he's an idiot. And then
They're like, oh yeah, and this is my friend Veldora.
yeah,
He's
and
like,
then Millium,
Yeah,
whatever her
Millium.
name is,
Yeah,
shows
Millium.
up. They're like, no, that clearly can't be Demon Lord Millium. They're like, no, that's
that's
her. They're like, no, that can't be her. She's too cute. Like it was funny. But then you get to the plot of this movie, right? The princess Toa, she is her land is basically dying, right? It's getting polluted, they think, from the mines, and she has the ability to clean the waters and everything. But every time she cleans it, for lack of a better word, like all the toxins and dirt and stuff basically go to her. And they ask basically Rimuru to help. We know Rimuru, right? Like he's like, oh yeah, I'll definitely help.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, so when he goes over, he does Rimuru things and like immediately solves everything. And I'm like, we have so much
What's
left
left?
in this movie. I'm like, what is going on?
But it was impressive.
But no, it was like my man turned into Moses.
Yep. Split the sea.
My man split a sea, found out what was causing issues, and just devours everything. And then
that Beelzebub move.
yeah, and then we're like, he ain't just gonna just spit out all the water, right? Yeah, he does.
Exactly.
No care for anybody. Just splashes everybody with this giant tidal wave, and he's like, "Yeah, I did it." They're like, "Good job!" Like, I'm just like, that's why like Rimuru just hacks.
Yeah,
right?
this boss.
Like he just walks in. Yeah, I solved it. I'm done. Like, yay!
That's what we thought. And then we come to find out.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
So then, we come to find out that there is a guy that's like doing trading between the kingdom and like another neighboring village or kingdom, and he decides that he doesn't want that kingdom to be thriving because he's trying to get almost like a boost. Like a promotion. Because the person that actually gave Toa's lineage that power to clean and to kind of like have these miracles, that was actually a demon lord, which they think is an angel.
Well, no, ancient demon.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, ancient demon that they think is an angel, but she's actually a demon. Long ago, in Toa's past, the previous queen got this power from the demon, and that's how they had the lineage of cleaning the environment for their kingdom and keeping them rich and
because it flashes back to that the crown that she has, because when she named Hero, the crown glowed, right? And so you're like, okay, well clearly this is an important thing. And then when you see that she has the ability to clean stuff, again, the crown glows. So then you find out like, oh, this crown has been passed down from queen to queen to queen, and it's basically because Toa's kind of weak, the curse or the toxins are really like taking their toll on her. And it's one of the only times where you see that Rimuru just can't instantly solve it. Like he looks at her when she's sick, and he's like, "Okay, what's his thing? Raphael?
Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael.
You do have a weird memory."
he's like, "Hey, Raphael, like, how can we cure her?" And Raphael's like, "No,
incurable.
We can't. But she should naturally be healing, but her healing's like stunted or whatever." So he gives her honey?
Yep.
To help. She starts getting better, and he was like,
you can't use his power anymore to heal.
Yeah. He was like, you kind of have to like relax on the healing of the land. And she was like, well, if I don't, then, my people are going to suffer, which is then what we were talking about. He goes, solves it, right? Well, then I think they like go back, right? They go back and they're chilling. And then all of a sudden they hear like this horrible news that Princess is like stressing, like messed up.
Yeah,
like
almost
she had
about to
use,
die.
Yeah, she had to use her powers again. And Rimuru was like, that doesn't make sense. I cleaned it. Yeah. So what's going on? Like there's obviously foul play going on, right? And then we see more of the individual that Trey was talking about. Oh,
the trade person.
Yeah, the trade person. His name's Lacua. Yeah. See, I had to look that one up. I don't remember that name. He is... You could tell when you first meet him that, like, he's up to no good. But, like, he's like, oh, yeah, I gotta really, like, get this going. And he, like, tricks Hero, which that is the only part of this, really, that, like, kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, I'm like, Hero.
Like, why are you so dumb, Hero?
Yeah, he's so gullible, like, so naive right now.
Like, so this dude is sneaking you into a room, looking creepy, like
underneath
looking around
the kingdom, like, yes, very shady when he was sneaking them into the room, and then the whole pathway. I'm like,
but you see no problems with this.
Takes her to a whole altar and still doesn't realize.
Yeah, like they're going to this altar. He's like, yeah. There's this magic where we can put your soul into her, and he's like, really? I've never heard of this. No, well, it's a new thing. Well, I trust you. I'm like,
how you trust this man?
Come on now, like, how'd you survive if you were that gullible?
Right.
Like, so
that was annoying. Yeah,
that was the
it kind of felt out of character as well. A little bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
They made it fit.
I mean, yeah, because you can tell like he's a one track kind of person, like off rip, like. But yeah, that was just kind of like that's a little too dumb for my liking.
And they forced it because they literally said, well, he said, I'm not going to let anybody else die, and then once she saves him, I'm not going to let her die.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh man, that means you about to do anything and everything.
Exactly.
To try and make this work.
He doesn't want to listen to her. She's like, no, you can't do this. Your life isn't your own. Like, yo, she was spitting
yeah,
facts.
I enjoyed her commentary.
Like, I was like, you know what? I really like this chick because she's like, I gave you that life, but it's not yours only to live. You have to live for your dead comrades and etc. I'm like, yo, facts. Yeah. And he's just like, this is what I want to do. I was like, God, you are dumb. Like, and then Lacua just takes off the slight little
persona.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like it was a huge switch up. Like he looked shady the whole time. He's just like, ha 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 ha. Now you're gonna die.
The villain laugh.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, now I'm gonna get my promotion, blah, 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 blah. And he like Hero's about to try and kill him. He's like, yeah. Like he does like an Emperor Palpatine. He's like, yes, let the hate flow through.
Yeah, literally.
It's like, bro, this man been watching Star Wars, but he's like, yes, remember the anger, like
remember the village destroyed.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bro, like this guy is so simple. But yeah, so he makes Hero like just go crazy, right? Like he starts burning things down, etc. And then, enter Rimuru's crew, right? Like, it's... So the story doesn't do anything, like, amazing, right? Like, if you're watching it, you can clearly kind of see what's going to happen.
Yeah, very simple, very easy to follow.
But even with that, it was enjoyable to watch, right? Yeah. Like, you know that, Hero's going to get duped, right? Rimuru and his crew are going to come in and kind of save the day. The fights were well done, but like it was kind of like I personally knew I was like, oh, because Hero's like all evil now, Benny's going to be the one to fight him, right? Because they showed when they were younger, they were always the ones fighting, right? Yep, so I'm like, okay, well this is obviously going to happen. Yeah. It was a lot of, if you know any sort of tropes in anime, this is what's going to happen.
They brought them all out.
Yeah, but the whole time, it was still enjoyable. Like, I'm like, I can see what's going to happen, but I'm still looking forward to it. Like, yeah, this is cool. when Ace was talking about Diablo, like Diablo was like, I think I know who did this curse. Let me go see them. And Diablo just finesses. Yeah. Like he just goes off, right? Like in his little suave
battle,
way.
Woo! His battle was tough.
Yeah. I'll let you have that one.
I don't even want to spoil that one. I just want y'all to watch the movie because I want to give y'all a reason to watch. Yeah. And I think the Diablo fight was amazing.
That one was really well done.
Yeah. Ranga is hacks. Like, don't sleep on the wolf. That thing, he's beastly.
Renga has some good moments. Like, he has one where he wolfs out, scares some people. He has one where he just
blitzes everything and anything. Yeah. Like the escape mine travel thing, Need for Speed moment. Yeah. Like,
when they were the minecart thing. Yeah, that was sick. Nice. That was sick. The fight. You remember the fight? Oh, you gonna send a dog after me? I'm like,
this dog.
If you were in an RPG, you just raise your death flag right there. That was it. That was death flag. Done.
Yeah, I was like I would never want to like Ranga chasing.
You see this giant wolf? Why is this wolf in the sky? That's what you should be asking.
Why is it flying? Why is it this fast? And why is it catching you?
Like, come on now. Like, ain't nobody have no brains in this anime.
Oh yeah, this was straight comical, straight funny. Just enjoy.
Like, but one thing I will say about this is Toa. She is not your normal damsel in distress. Right. I will say that. Like,
I enjoyed her character.
Yes, exactly. Like, I really hope that they have maybe like a little bit of a side story or something in season 3 that introduces them back, right?
Well, hopefully, because they made that truce.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I hope so because I really liked her character. Like, she was about it. Yeah. Like, she was the embodiment of the OG queen. Mm-hmm. The one who made the deal for the power because the first one was like, if I can make miracles to save my people and it only hurts me and my crew, like me and my lineage, I'm okay with that. And I know my lineage will be okay with that too. Toa was ready to die for everybody. Like, she was like, if I'm going to do this, right? And I really enjoyed her. She wasn't in it that much, but the growth of her period was good, right? Because admittedly, like, I resonated with her because she was like, I'm jealous of you, Rimuru, right? Because, like, he's so strong and he can just do these things for his crew. Like,
without getting sick.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who wouldn't be jealous, right? And Rimuru has a good little talk with her. He's like, you're a little too hard on yourself. Like, just relax a little bit. Be honest. Like, he's like, there's no reason why you can't be friends with these people, right? Did the whole Takuno Jutsu on her, right? And it was good. Like, but it made sense. It wasn't just like
it wasn't a BS Takuno Jutsu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It wasn't like, just a blah, 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 believe it. Like, this was legit, like, good advice that he gave her. Yeah. So well spoken. I liked every scene she was in, basically. Same. And the ending, I'm not spoiling that, but the ending is like gut punch. What? Yay, gut punch. And then you're like, what? And you're just like, come on. This is slime. This better have a slime ending. Right. Like, Ace and I literally looked at each other and we're like, no, Rimuru.
Right.
And then Raphael
was like, nah. Nothing we can do. I was like, no way.
Raphael, if you don't shut the hell up right now. It's like, nope, we can't do anything. And then happens, you're like, no. Oh, and then boom, you're like, yes. And then you're like, no. Like, there was a lot of emotions in like the last like 10 minutes, but man,
I'm so glad it was just 4 of us.
Yeah. People be judging like, yo, what is wrong with these people? But no, it was good. It was really, really good. That is one thing. Like, you definitely should watch this, and we may have like kind of spoiled the plot, but again, it's really easy to see it. But the ending is great, and every scene with Toa is great. And my girl Shion, like wifey. I love her to death.
Her food is still trash.
Oh yeah, well, see, that's the thing, because like she has like the chef's thing, right?
Yeah.
So it tastes good, but it looked horrible, and she almost killed her and old dude.
The dragon.
The dragon smelled her food and passed out. Like, that was funny. Like, I knew that was gonna happen as soon as dude was like, "Man, I'm hungry." I'm like, "Oh no."
That was the wrong thing to say.
So like,
she's like, "Oh, I prepared this for us just in case."
Yeah, and like, the whole crew got their little shine, right? Like the ninja one got his shine.
Oh yeah, he was beastly.
The Shion got her shine. The old one got his. Like, it was all kind of cool. Like, it was just nice to see kind of the band getting back together. So it really, really, really got me hyped for season 3. So I hope they give us like a release date for season 3, because I'm looking forward to it, because I do know there are like some strong people that we meet later on, and I'm like, come on, let us get there, because this is it just got me back into the mood, basically. But yeah, I'm trying to think. No, there's not really anything else I want to talk about, because
like, I don't want to spoil any further.
Yeah, like, you gotta watch this. It's definitely a recommendation. So like, let me preface it. Like, my score might not seem like it is, but it's purely just going off of like how I view Happy-Go-Lucky and stuff. But I would definitely recommend this to a lot of people. Like, sure. I really, really did enjoy it. I would watch it again. I probably am going to, because the wife wants to see it.
Nice.
So like, yeah, I definitely really like this one. So, any last things you want to say, and then we can jump into ratings.
I guess just to highlight what to look forward to. Definitely the ending. Definitely the beginning.
Yeah,
because that's gonna you're just gonna love the movie somewhat from just those two parts in general. Looking forward for the Diablo fight, the Benimaru fight, the Geld fight.
Yeah, all the fights are good. Yeah, all the fights are well done.
And then it's not really a fight. It's kind of like, you know, when like there's a scene and then it's off screen, that the Dora Millium scene, which is off screen.
Yeah.
That part of the movie was enjoyable. I still wish I saw the fight, though.
Yeah.
Because the destruction that we saw in the aftermath and seeing Rimuru pissed off,
that was fun.
Definitely enjoyable to watch. So overall, I just think this is a solid movie. I think they accomplished their goal, which I think was to get people back involved and back into slime in general. And I think it accomplished that very well.
All right, so out of 10, what are you going to rate this? And then we'll get into the wife. Jess gave us 2 recommendations that you can choose from.
Okay, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think that it hit everything that it was supposed to when it came to an objective point. I was excited and engulfed into the movie from start to finish. And I left the movie satisfied, so... highly recommend. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. What do you think?
This is the only time I'm going to pull an ace, right? I'm going to give this a 7.5, right? And a half. Purely because the happy-go-lucky instant fixing of things, I kind of, like, that's one of the things I disliked about the first season. Even though it was good, I just don't like how there's no suspense. Like, it's just like, oh, I did it. I finished it. But that was
for comical
relief. I know.
Okay.
But I'm just like, it's just like immediately done, right? But and then Hero's like just idiocy annoyed me. But like and the other part that kind of brought it down for me, I wanted Diablo to like go in.
Okay, that's high expectations. You gotta bump your score.
No, right? I was like, I really wanted him to go. So like,
but Diablo's way stronger.
No, I know he is. That's why I was like, yo, like flex on her, but he didn't.
He did. He literally broke out her strongest move.
Yeah, but I wanted him to smack the hell out of her. But like, but it was
Diablo didn't let you down.
No, he didn't. But like,
the viewers, he just
didn't fight back. That's the thing, right? I wish there was more of a fight. and there wasn't. He was just like, oh, I can just dodge everything. But like, and then he was like, oh, I didn't. Oh, you think you got me? No, it's just your move's worthless. It doesn't. I don't have to dodge it. So like, but the main detractions are hero and just the problem immediately solved. Problem again, basically immediately solved again. Right. Yeah. So that's why I said, like, preface it. It's a good movie, and I would recommend it. But for me, it just can't be higher than that because I'm like, I can think of better anime or better movies than this with like a much better plot. Like, I literally saw how this was gonna go from like minute 5. Like, so I'm just like, it didn't do anything.
But that is slime.
Again, well, that's the reason I like season 2, because season 2 I didn't see half the stuff going. Like, I didn't see, because I expected it to be happy-go-lucky. So everybody dying, I was like, holy shit, what?
But and then, I think the objective was different.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why this was more like season 1 to me. And season 1 was like a 7. Season 2 was like a 9 for me, because I'm like, yo, like, okay, like, we got some
my
shit.
soul with your,
with
your rating.
But yeah, so it's a 7.5. So you round that, it's what, like an 8.5?
Yeah,
8?
8.5.
Which I think is good.
Yeah, 8.
But I did enjoy it, and again, I'm going to watch it again. But yeah, so 7.5 for me, 9 for Ace. So rounding out, that's a little over an 8. So for you, and I'm gonna give you quick synopsis on this, especially because we're running out of time. Mm-hmm. So we have 2. One is Our Last Crusade. Long story short, you have like the Empire, and you have this other crew that they are basically at odds, but they're also fighting like this otherworldly existence. And it's almost like a Romeo and Juliet. You have a guy who's on this side, girl who's on this side. They're both very strong. They kind of come together, which people don't think you should, to get the bigger picture. Like, hey, we need to fight this instead of fight each other. Okay. Right? And then you have Tact Op Destiny. This one's very beautiful, but it's mainly about kind of music and how partners, you have a maestro and you have like a puppet, for lack of a better word, that when they control that puppet, you hear like music, and the better the music is or whatever, the stronger the quote unquote puppet is.
So, is Jess coming back?
No. She can't come back yet, but she had these 2 that she wanted to recommend. So you have Romeo and Juliet, or I will say visually, the Tact Op is better. But the plot maybe in Our Last Crusade is a little bit more easier to follow. Not that Tact Op is hard, but I just know, going from what we've watched before, that one's a little bit harder to follow. Possibly harder to follow for people, but visually it's really good looking, and for me, I like music. So,
all right, well, let's do yours. Let's do Tact Up.
Tact Up? Yeah. Well, it's not mine. This is both hers.
Yeah. But like, what you would favor more? Because I would favor the war and the violence. But I do.
Well, no, there's war in both. I will tell you, some of the fight scenes in Tact Op are sick.
Because I know I would definitely choose Crusade normally, but I want to definitely give myself a broader experience.
Okay. So we will do Tact Op. I think it's Tact Op Destiny. Okay. And I want to say there's a season 2 coming out this year.
All right, perfect.
For that one. So that would be cool, because Our Last Crusade, or no, vice versa. Last Crusade I think is coming out this year. Tact Op's kind of in the air. They don't know. Okay. But either way, so if Last Crusade does come out, then we could possibly do that later on. We'll eventually do it. So so Tact Op, we'll do that one. Until then, though, everybody, thank you for following us, hitting us up on the different platforms. But yeah, until then, I am CJ.
I'm Ace.
And we will catch you next A meeting.